Hello everybody. You are most likely watching this video because you have a leak at your speedometer cable, and this is a TH350. The insert, or what people call the bullet, is what actually has an O-ring on it, and that keeps all of the transmission fluid inside the transmission. This bracket holds the bullet in place with a little notch. I was having leaks right back here past the crimped area, and obviously I have leaks here and everything. When you take this bullet out, the O-ring, by removing this thing, it's got the O-ring in there, and that's what keeps the fluid in. So when you pull it out, there's going to be fluid coming out of here. So I've got myself a little container right here, and this is pretty much, I'm doing this with you here because I've never pulled this thing out while there was fluid in it. This is a 7/16. I don't know if that's the same as yours, but this one is. Here we go. Oh shit. Okay, well there we go. So not too good with my aim. I got it all over my hand. Definitely not an aftermarket. At least I don't think so. So maybe the O-ring is crummy as well. We'll take this, put it up on the bench. It looks like somebody put some RTV in here. Oh, they did. Oh, look at that. Somebody put some RTV sealant in here because it wasn't sealing for them. So it looks like my transmission rebuilder gave me a used bullet with a crappy... See if it'll actually even come off. Oh, I thought for sure it was going to break into 100 pieces. Let's see if we can roll this off of here. Oh, I thought for sure it was going to be crispy and just explode on me. So that O-ring isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. However, you can tell it is a little flat. So from what I understand, usually right around in this area is where you're going to see some wear and like grooving maybe. And because it rides on this gasket right here, but I can tell right now that this seal right here doesn't look like it's... I mean, can you see how much slop there is right there? I mean, if I just go a little bit slower here, let me try this. One more thing, I need to know what your tooth count is for your Speedo. I'm going to take this paint pen, let's just say this guy. Okay, and then I will just count in a clockwise pattern. So we've got 1 right there, 2, 3, 19, 20, 21. So this is a 21 tooth. So when I order my new bullet and gear tooth kit, I want to make sure to get a 21 tooth gear for my Speedo. Okay, look what came in. I've got my bullet, what they call, and this was from Speedway. And there's the part number if you want to pick this one up. And this is the 21 tooth gear that I also got at Speedway. The top of this shaft is beveled at the top. See how it comes out like this, and then it bevels right here, all the way around. We want to make sure that the gasket that's inside right here is seated down far enough to where it's going to ride on this flat surface right here. You can see that that gasket surface, that rubber surface, is not in full contact with the shaft. This insert can be tapped down with a socket, so let's go ahead and try that. I put a piece of wood underneath here so I won't damage the end of this. A 3/8 socket fits this really well. Oh yeah, I totally felt it move, and then I felt it seat. So that is much different. So let's see where this rides now. Now look at that improvement. Not only is that beveled part up and out, that rubber gasket is fully in contact with the flat area that we were hoping for. So that definitely needs to be done before you install these. We've got the new one here. Now you can see that there's the slot that's been cut into it, so you want to have that facing towards the little bracket that bolts into here. The O-ring is right there. Just going to give it a little push. There you go. It's set in and it's where it wants to be. So we're going to thread this guy in. Oh geez Louise, there we go. And then we'll tighten that up snug. And then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, we've got this bolt nice and snug. You don't want to over tighten this because it's aluminum, of course. So now you're just going to take your speedometer cable and insert this shaft into the end of the speedometer gear, that red plastic piece. So, oh, there we go, I got it. Imagine that. Okay. So it's threading on there very nicely, and this just needs to be just snug. You could probably put like some channel locks on there and just give it a little boop. Not much. What I meant by just by giving this a little bit of a snug, you don't want to over tighten this and crack the housing or anything like that. What you want to do is once you get it up finger tight to where it's really nice and tight, you can't get it any tighter with your fingers. So I'm going to take a pair of channel locks or a pair of pliers and just grab onto it and just go about like this. That's it. You're done. Don't need to go any tighter than that. So, all right, well, we'll see you after I wait a week and make sure that this thing doesn't leak any fluid. Okay, I'm back underneath the truck again, like I promised. It's been about 2 weeks now, and I'm happy to say that this is just as dry as it ever could be. There's no leaks whatsoever on this thing, and very, very happy with that. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye now.